Yeah.
Oh,
So
um,
welcome everybody to Tuesday, where we get to choose to play with money. Um, it's just we've had the most incredible weekend in Lisbon, and we were just sitting here going, we're so exhausted, but we're so fulfilled and just so
you
grateful.
cannot, you cannot explain in words actually the energy of the Magnificent Money Academy retreat in person in Lisbon, which is just, it's so phenomenal. And when you join the MMA, you get options of different dates to choose from, and it's included as part of the program. And it's just incredible, isn't it, Hayley? We are like, yeah, like Hayley said, we're just so full, and it's such a powerful reminder of the shifts that this work does, the changes that it makes. And when you see people like, who were maybe there before and they're there again, and the difference in how how their energy is, how their experience has been, how their financial situation is, it's amazing, including ourselves.
Ours. Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, including every time I travel there, like to co-facilitate one of the retreats, something shifts, something changes, and I notice in my experience how I'm different in the way that I feel about money. And yeah, it's very, very special. So as always, if you want to know more about the Magnificent Money Academy, just reach out to us and we can answer any questions for you.
Yeah.
And if you've got
Yes.
any money questions for us today, leave them in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're here every Tuesday, 3 p.m. live, UK time. And today we're talking about identity, your identity with money, where are you right now with your identity with money? Are you in a lack identity, even though you have money? So we've been talking about our identity with money, right,
Yeah.
Hannah? And I was having a beautiful conversation with one of our ladies over the weekend, and she was saying, and this is what made me think about this, she was saying, she has doubled, almost tripled her business since being inside MMA,
Wow. Yeah.
but she still identifies as a poorer person. So, and how that shows up in her world is like if a bill comes in, she'll go, oh no, I won't pay that now. I'll wait till the end of the month, even though she has the money.
Yeah.
So she's still in that identity of lack,
Yeah.
right? And then she would go, oh, I'm looking at my credit card and the payment, I won't pay in full, I'll just pay the minimum amount because that's all I can afford. And then she looked at it and she went, no, that's not true.
I'm in a different identity now. I don't need to hang. It reminds me a bit of, I've heard people often say that if they go on a transformational journey with the way their body looks, so if they change how they appear, and they think, when I reach a certain goal on the weighing scales, or whatever, and whatever your feelings are about people doing that, it's separate. It's that they think that when they get there, they're going to feel a different way, but they say, I still walk into the room how I used to walk into the room, trying to maybe hide myself, but like it's not, the identity hasn't changed. And in that way, like if your income is increasing but you're still holding on to the old identity, you're not experiencing the joy that you could, or the expansion. You're kind of slowing down even more expansion, aren't you? um yeah.
Yeah. So we do all of this work and we think, oh, it's not changing, but actually it's changed, but you're still stuck in the old identity of you because you're so comfortable and
Yeah.
it's so familiar to you that that doesn't change. So actually you have released all of the stuff,
Yeah.
but you're stuck in that identity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so interesting,
It's
right?
so interesting,
So
isn't it?
juicy.
I love it. And like how I said at the weekend, like I see our identity as, it's kind of like, so it's like clothes that we've picked up. It's like an outfit that we put on. And like we're not born with these specific identities, but then things that happen in our lives make us think a certain way about ourselves. And it becomes like, but it really does become like a little prison that we put ourselves in, doesn't it? And one that I've really noticed recently, so well, for a long time I had the identity very much of the overwhelmed, stressed person who's always like juggling, and do I want more? Oh, I don't think I can handle more. I don't want more. If I have more money, I'm going to have more stress or more work. But, I did a lot on releasing that. But what I realized recently, as more opportunities came for me to expand and grow, was that I had this identity of, I'm not good at business. I'm not a business person. the identity of Hannah who left school early, you know, who and still holding on to that, you know, who messed up with money way back in, you know, who didn't ever do her taxes on time, and not identifying with being a business woman and what that meant. And that was really holding me back from being able to move forward and embrace opportunities. So I've been working on that. I've been changing that and really sort of declaring I am a successful businesswoman. I am a successful businesswoman. It's like that's because had worked on releasing the blocks and the things around making more money is hard and all that sort of stuff, but I was still holding on to the identity that the business part of it was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so incredible, the identities that we hold on to that we don't even know that we're doing it. So I want to ask all of you, our beautiful viewers, can you pinpoint one identity that you've been holding onto that's kept you stuck and going round and round in the roundabout, and not expanding beyond, even though you know you've released that block, you still have that identity. So if you want to share in the comments, that would be amazing, to see what identity are you holding on to that you haven't even really noticed until we just asked you the question.
Yeah, and it's so difficult because if you think about how do you introduce yourself to people, because often, you know, if people say like, you know, who are you and what do you do? It's like how often when you start to introduce yourself, you'll realize that you're saying things and you're putting things out there to other people that are just not serving your most expansive vision of who you are. And so much of it is labels that are really just not necessary or needed.
Yeah.
Hayley, what about you? Is there an identity that you feel like you wanted to release or have released or that didn't serve?
Yeah, actually, and over the weekend you helped me see this actually. And it was how I see myself. Like whenever we go out or we go to a dinner party and I'm sitting next to new people, I'll often apologize that they're sitting next to me. And I go, oh, I'm so sorry you're sitting next to me because I'm loud and, you know, I speak my mind. And so I was like, well, how is that holding me back? That identity of apologizing for me, apologizing for being all of me. So yeah, I really started to think about that and reframing it like, oh my goodness, you're so lucky you're sitting next to me because I'm going to light up your freaking world and allow you to see life in all different perspectives.
Yeah.
And who knows, you know, you're going to walk away from this table going, oh my goodness, what just hit me? Yes, that was a Hayley.
Exactly. It's brilliant. And actually last night I did it again. I sat down and I wrote out a sort of negative introduction of who I am, like a negative, the identity that I'd use so often, like when describing myself to people. And then I flipped it, reframed it, and wrote out a brand new one. Because the identities as well that are of, you know, I'm not good with money, or, you know, like I was saying, like I left school early, I'm not clever enough to be a business person, or I'm overwhelmed, I'm a mum. Like for me, I'm a mum of 4 kids. Instantly, that's almost like it's a kind of a get out of jail free card. You know, I don't have to follow my dreams because I've got 4 kids. Like super overwhelmed. You know, people will be like, oh wow, you're super mom. Anything you do above just looking after those children is amazing. And so then, oh, well, if I don't do anything, it's all right. I've got this valid, like, so our blocks and limiting beliefs and resistance love those identities because they feed each other. And they're like, yeah, like how you were saying about the person who is still responding to a bill, like how they used to when they didn't have money. Like the money hasn't changed. And this is where we say it's about so much more than the money, isn't it? Everything that we do. Because we all think that when the money comes in, everything's going to be totally different.
Yeah.
But unless we release the blocks and the limiting beliefs and the identities that we had, the money really doesn't change anything. Because we're still...
No, because yeah, exactly. The money's there. I mean, she's changed the money story. The money is showing up for her. but her identity with money is that she never has enough.
Yeah. And this is where people can have millions and millions and still have a identity that believes the money is going to run out all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And then they're still going to experience the same fears and panics as somebody with much less money. Kelly has said an identity if there isn't enough time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's lack, right?
Yeah.
Anything of not enough time, not enough money, not enough any is lack. It's
Yeah.
a lack identity. So universe does not distinguish between lack of money, lack of time. It's just lack.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting, Kelly, for you to sit with and go, okay, I don't have enough time. And how else is this showing up in my world where I don't have enough of everything in my life, enough support, enough money, enough, oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
just want to say enough water, enough air to breathe into your lungs. There's a lack energy when we say there's not enough.
Yeah. And lack of time really feeds into the overwhelm, doesn't it? Which is like and when we feel overwhelmed, we don't want more, because we can say on the one hand, I want more money, but more money is going to mean having to concentrate more on more taxes, more, and often we'll think more money means more work. But for me as well, the lack of time, because that was something really with me. Oh, hi Bex. Bex is here, New Beginnings with Bex. I had to really take an honest look at the role I was playing into holding on to the lack of time. And as you know, I'm working on creating ways to work more efficiently, to use my time more efficiently, and create systems, like look for ways to work more I'm looking for ways, because there was a part of me that loved really that stressed feeling. Oh, I haven't got enough time. I haven't got enough. And again, it keeps us stuck. It keeps us capped at a certain limit of, this is the amount of success I'm allowed, but I have no way. I want this much success, but I haven't got enough time for that.
Yeah.
And again, it's like everything goes back so often to how we love to stay safe in the
And
same.
comfortable and familiar.
Yeah.
And and even if that's even if it's uncomfortable,
yeah,
we still like it. It's that beautiful phrase, better the devil we know than the devil we don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
crazy, right? It's crazy. But that's your brain and your mind kicking in, going, no, stay safe. No, stay safe. We know this. We know this. So this is okay.
Yeah.
And what if? What if by releasing that identity, oh my goodness, it's so much easier and you're able to breathe even more, and more money shows up in your world, and more support and more fun and more laughter and a whole lot of more emotions. Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And more taxes, but yay for more taxes because more money is coming in, right?
Love it. And I love this here that Vera has said, and Vera, who I met in the airport as well in Lisbon on the way home, says her identity, me being Czech, I cannot accomplish so much like the other ladies from the West. Yeah. Oh, so then it's like,
And I feel that, Vera. I feel that because I feel the same. I'm South African. I'm in the UK. People don't understand my accent. They don't understand my jokes. They don't understand me, right? So that's beautiful. Yes, yes.
And I just love it because it's like straight away to me, I'm thinking, well, like, yeah, Vera and Haley, you're change makers. You're the ones who went, you're the leaders, the ones who went, what? These rules don't apply to me. That identity does not apply to me. It's like, I've spoken perhaps before here, but other places, my daughter is an actress and she gets told so much by people, oh, well, it's not a very safe career and you should get a different job, and like only whatever percentage of people manage to create success. And it's like, no, I've said to her since she was small, normal rules don't apply to you. That's not like, so Vera, you have lived in the Czech Republic and it's taught you so much resilience, and it's amazing to rise above the standards and the levels of success that have previously been shown. And you show all those other women from Czech Republic that, from Czechoslovakia, that they can do it. It's and you, Haley, too. You're doing it.
We're doing it, Vera. We're doing it.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Does anybody else have an identity that they know isn't serving them? Maybe, and like perhaps you haven't even thought of this before. And it's the energy with which of how we say things about ourselves as well, isn't it? You know, like what, yeah. When I shared at the weekend that I have 4 children and my youngest son, I said I don't describe him this way, but I will for the point of the call. But my youngest son has autism. You know, somebody went, oh, you know, so straight away the energy that me saying that is giving out is this like, oh, poor heart, you know, and it comes with good intentions, but it's not giving out the vibration or the energy that for him or for me that serve either of us, him or my, you know, me or my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
That shame, oh, shame energy, you know.
yeah,
And what is it? Josh is the most amazing, vibrant,
yeah, gorgeous.
kind, awesome little guy, and
Yeah,
there's nothing shame about him,
no,
right?
exactly. Yeah. So now I continue to introduce him with all the amazing, joyful things about him, not his needs or perceived by society lack of things.
Yeah.
If we think about different identities when it comes specifically to money, I mean, there's the the identity that money is always running out, the identity that you mess up with money, like, you know, that you always make wrong decisions, that leads into then you not being able to trust yourself when you want to make a decision. The identity with money, that also the identity we put onto other people, that money is not a good thing and having money makes you a bad person and not having money makes you a better person. You know, like there's so many different ones. So it's definitely ask you after this call to look at any of your identities around money, you know, that you would rather reframe. The Family Wellbeing Hub. I love when I see people and then I never know what your first name is because you're obviously not called the Family Wellbeing Hub. Just you saying it changed your energy just then. Yeah, it's so true. And I was talking to an amazing woman a few weekends ago, and she was in one of my programs, and she's a single mum, but she said she realized that because it was the very first thing she always told people about herself, you know, in a kind of like, well, I'm a single mum. That was the first. And she was like, I'm so much more. I'm so many things more than that. But she said she realized when she looked at the way other people were behaving towards her, that they were treating her like this sort of underdog, this like she didn't have any, that she'd never be able to get out of this situation she was in, that she needed constantly to be saved by other people. And she was like, that is not what I want people to perceive of me, or not what I want my children to, you know. And I'm not saying not to say that you're a single mom if you're a single mom, but if she found it was the energy with which she was saying the words and her body language, even when she said it, you know, kind of like, oh, you know, oh. And I mean, I've done that with being a mum of 4 children, one with some additional challenges, you know, because I know that not even consciously it changes the way people see me, and maybe they're going to give me, you know, help me a bit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beck says, oh, sorry, go ahead, Haley.
No. What does Beck say?
Beck said, I had to release the identity of being the baby of the family and therefore not capable of being responsible with money.
Yes. Yes, where we are born, right? In our order, even me, I'm the eldest. So release the identity of having to control, organize. Woo-hoo! I'm laughing after this weekend, Hannah.
Yeah, yeah. Haley's the organizer of me and Jodie in like time. We just talk, right? Talk and talk.
And
But yes,
interesting.
but you're not
Yeah.
the organizer. I mean, you don't have that. You're much more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's how we fall into the. Beck said she
Yeah.
can single mom identity also.
Yeah, and it's almost like you're apologizing for being a single mom, right? Like I was apologizing for being too much. You're apologizing for just being. Like, what?
Yeah,
Why? Stop that.
yeah, yeah,
Stop that.
yeah.
It's
It's almost
not serving you and it's not serving money. It's definitely not serving the way you want to show up and live in this world. So, yeah, it's not who you are.
and because the truth of who you are, everybody on this, everybody now, everybody watching the replay, no matter what's happened in your life in the past, no matter what level you are right now on your journey or towards you are exactly where you're meant to be and you're phenomenal. Like that's just it. We don't need to sort of have identities that make excuses for where we are. You know, like, oh, well, I said 10 years ago I was going to write a book, but I haven't written it yet because, I didn't sleep for 5 years or whatever, and that's who because I wrote in my new identity when I was describing myself in this new way, I wrote, I have experienced challenges in the past and I'm so grateful for them all because they've made me this strong, courageous, resilient woman now. I don't need to share my challenges from the past as like a way for people to feel like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Bex says definitely shame attached to single motherhood. And but it's what we attach to it, isn't it, that we then mirror out to, like, whatever we attach to ourselves that we mirror out to the oh, this has been such a juicy chat.
Juicy. So yeah, if you want to continue these beautiful conversations and get more of us, we have so many beautiful offerings, different places for you to jump in. As Hannah said, we have our beautiful Magnificent Money Academy, but then we have our incredible Money Liberation,
Yeah.
which includes podcasts, a Dear Money column. There's so much inside of that really dives a little bit deeper. Yeah, exactly.
And we have our Magnificent Money portal community as well, which is an incredible place. And just to be a part of that, it's our exclusive community. And to be a part of that, all you have to have done is purchased ever a program or a product from the shop. And then you get access to that super supportive community where we continue on with these conversations and support. But yeah, it's 2025 feels like really the year that we all talk about all this stuff and we all take responsibility for, looking at what we put of ourselves into the world, looking at how we show up in our lives and show up with money, and realizing that we actually have a power to change and to choose that change.
It's coming in my head. 2025, the year I come alive.
Oh, I love it.
Even more, right?
Yeah.
And just live life to its absolute fullest, because what are you waiting for? This is it, beautiful people. This is the life. So start living and experiencing the world the way you truly want to. And let go of all the identities that no longer serve you.
Yeah, let's stop. No longer time for our subconscious to be ruling the show. It's time to take conscious control of our lives. Yeah,
exactly.
Big love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Haley, love seeing. It was so good to see you at the weekend. It was so nice to be in person. We're back in our little cubes again now.
Back behind our screens in our boxes.
Behind our screens. But isn't the world amazing that we can all do this, that we can all connect like this? So yeah, do share this on your story when we post it live to the grid. And if you have any questions for us, leave them in the comments. And if you any questions about anything, programs, or just anything about what we've talked about today, leave them in the comments because we love to reply. And make sure you follow the account that Haley is on now, which is Magnificent Money Official, as that is our new home moving forward.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.